Government employees in BC could go on strike. They have voted 82% in favor of strike action to back their demands for higher wages if the government doesn't budge in talks next week. The BC Government and Service Employees Union says its members have not had a general pay increase in 3 years. If there is a strike, more than 25,000 BCGEU members, covering jobs from clerical workers to jail guards and liquor store staff, could walk out. More tonight on the province's transition from the HST back to the PST, the provincial sales tax, next April. Many are calling on the province for mercy. While consumers may be happy to save a bit, businesses are facing the prospect of having to shell out thousands to comply. CTV's Stephanie Sherlock reports.
I am introducing legislation to return to the provincial sales tax.
BC's finance minister acknowledges the government introduced the HST with what he calls undue haste.
Well, I think we have to plead guilty on that.
The opposition saying pleading doesn't help.
The government needs to take responsibility for this.
While the public may applaud paying less at the till, businesses in BC now face another transition.
I guess we'll just have to deal with it when it comes.
Last week when we talked, salon owner MAIA WOODBURN knew very little about how the transition would look. Even now, she says she's hoping for the best.
I think I'm going to go back to something that's familiar already.
What she didn't know was what it was going to cost her.
This is one of the reasons why the business community really hates uncertainty about the tax system.
And it doesn't come cheap. The finance minister suggests it will cost in the neighborhood of about $1,000 for a small business to transition back to the PST. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business, however, suggests that number will be closer to $3,000.
We always ask our members for their feedback constantly, and so our estimates are really based on what they are telling us around what the costs are going to be for them.
Reprogramming computers and tills, updating websites, reprinting advertising materials and catalogs. The list is long.
There's plenty of work, and it costs money. It all adds up.
Yeah, small business is going to, and big business, are going to have to deal with some costs.
A glimmer of hope from the House.
I am going to continue to meet with the BC Chamber of Commerce, the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, and the business community generally to see whether there may be some ways that we can help ameliorate some of those costs.
We'll be happy to look at those plans if the government comes forward with it and to consider those issues.
No commitment here, just wait and see and try not to let it get to you.
There's nothing we can do about it, so I try not to stress about those things because there's enough.
Stephanie Sherlock, CTV News, Victoria.